Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Just a quick reminder, my content is for entertainment purposes only. All of the messages I share come through the pendulum with the help of my spirit guides, guardian angels, and any invited spirits who choose to join us. While I do cover a lot of politics, I also dive into a range of hot button issues, current events, and hidden truths. If you enjoy this kind of content, please hit and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it helps me share these messages with more people around the world. Thanks for being here, and let's get started. Let me start that again. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Do we have big hugs? Yes, we do. Thank you for joining me. I know my angels, my guardians, and my spirit guides are here. Thank you so much for being here. You know how much I love you. To my viewers, thank you for watching. I hope this session brings you information and helps you understand some things that are going on in our land and things that are not. So my subject today is the Supreme Court of Justice and their judicial integrity and constitutional fidelity. So I begin this session under the law of truth and under the law of challenge. I invoke only those beings and energies aligned with divine light, absolute truth, and universal justice. Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution establishes the judiciary as a co-equal branch of the government, independent from political influence. The judicial oath, codified in the 28 U.S. Code, Section 453, requires that each justice administer justice without respect to persons and do equal right to poor and to the rich, and that they faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon them under the Constitution and the laws of the United States. I now call for truth in every answer that follows. We are going to go through each justice and I have questions about each one of them, and the pendulum will tell us yes, no, maybe, or they won't tell us anything. Depends on what the energy is that surrounds this particular justice. So starting with Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. He took the oath on September 29th, 2005. Has Chief Justice Roberts upheld his oath to administer justice impartially and without political influence? No. So he's already broken his oath. Has he allowed concerns over the court's institutional reputation to influence the outcome of cases? No. In Shelby County versus Holder, did Roberts knowingly weaken protections for minority voters despite knowing the consequences? Yes. Does Roberts maintain a covert political alignment with conservative ideology while publicly projecting neutrality? Yes. Has Roberts ever communicated with Donald Trump or his legal team outside of official channels? Yes. Has Roberts acted to shield the court from further scrutiny, even if it meant sacrificing full transparency? No. Is Roberts preparing for retirement due to age, stress, or political pressure? No. Okay, on to justice number 2. Justice Clarence Thomas took the oath on October 23, 1991. Has Justice Thomas upheld his oath while accepting undisclosed gifts from Harlan Crow and other wealthy benefactors? No. Did Thomas violate ethical expectations by not reporting luxury travel and private tuition payments? Yes. Is Thomas personally aligned with Donald Trump and willing to rule in his favor, regardless of the legal merit? Yes. Did Thomas's vote to overturn Roe v. Wade reflect legal reasoning or personal religious ideology? We'll do a multiple choice. A, legal reasoning. B, personal or religious ideology. Are you pointing to A? Yes. So that would be legal reasoning. Was he convinced to vote in the manner in which he voted by someone outside of the Supreme Court? Yes. Would that person have been Donald Trump? Yes. Did he receive any type of monetary gift for that? Yes. Is that information being held against him to ensure that he continues to vote along with Donald Trump? Yes. Has Ginny Thomas's political activism influenced Clarence Thomas's judicial decisions? Yes. Does Ginny Thomas receive any kind of financial compensation from the conservative GOP group in order to do what she does regarding activism? Yes. Is that money disclosed? No. Despite past controversies, does Thomas believe he is still fulfilling the moral intent of his oath? No. Has Thomas discussed potential retirement, or does he plan to remain on the bench regardless of declining public trust? Let me break that into 2 questions. Has Thomas discussed potential retirement? Yes. Has he been offered a sum of money to retire within the next 4 years? Is that sum of money substantial? Is that sum of money offered by the Donald Trump administration? Yes. If he doesn't retire, does he plan to remain on the bench regardless of declining public trust? Yes. Mr. Samuel Alito. Oath taken on January 31st, 2006. Did Justice Alito remain impartial while accepting the undisclosed Alaskan fishing trip from Paul Singer? No. Has he authored decisions such as Dobbs versus Jackson that reflects religious conviction rather than constitutional neutrality? Yes. Is Alito influenced by the Federalist Society's agenda and network of donors? Yes. Has Alito been the subject of formal or informal internal ethics inquiries? Yes. Does Alito's tone in dissents and public comments reflect judicial impartiality or partisan frustration? Is Justice Alito impartial in all decisions? Should Justice Alito be following his oath and remaining impartial in all decisions? Yes. Has Alito ever received physical threats or increased security due to his role in the Dobbs decision? Yes. Justice number 4, Neil Gorsuch. Justice Gorsuch. Oath taken on April 10th, 2017. Did Justice Gorsuch violate ethical norms by failing to disclose the buyer of his property who leads a law firm with cases before the court? Yes. Has he upheld his oath in applying originalist philosophy without bias or external influence? No. Does Gorsuch prioritize dismantling federal regulatory power over interpreting individual case merit? Yes. Does Gorsuch feel pressure from Donald Trump or his advisors to maintain loyalty post-nomination? Yes. Does Donald Trump have anything over him to persuade him to vote in his favor? Yes. Does Gorsuch intend to remain on the court for the long term, or has he privately expressed disillusionment? Let me split that. Does Gorsuch intend to remain on the court for the long term? Yes. Or has he privately expressed disillusionment? Yes. Has Gorsuch received gifts or compensation not properly disclosed to the public? Yes. Has Gorsuch ever been approached with influence campaigns tied to dark money networks? Yes. Justice Kavanaugh, oath taken October 6, 2018. Were there 4,500 calls into the tip line about Justice Kavanaugh before he was appointed? Yes. Were those tips handed over to the FBI? Yes. Did the FBI investigate those tips? No. Did they hand them over to Donald Trump? Do those tips still exist? Are they one of the things that Donald Trump holds over Justice Kavanaugh? Yes. Did Justice Kavanaugh's confirmation process impact his ability to judge impartially? Yes. Has he accepted book royalties or speaking engagements that created an appearance of impropriety? Yes. Is Kavanaugh aligned with Trump's legal worldview in private conversation or influence? Yes. Has Kavanaugh expressed regret or concern about the erosion of public trust in the court? Yes. Has he done anything about it? No. Has Kavanaugh's family or for personal safety been threatened since joining the bench? Oops. Has Kavanaugh's family or personal safety been threatened since joining the bench? Yes. Is he the one and only judge in the entirety of the Supreme Court who has had an assassin arrested prior to them being able to do the assassination? Yes. And was this over the Dobbs decision? Yes. Will Kavanaugh fulfill the extent of his lifetime appointment? Hold on. This is a long reading. Okay, center. Will Kavanaugh fulfill the extent of his lifetime appointment? Yes. Will he retire early due to stress or controversy? Yes. Okay. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, oath taken October 27th, 2020. Did Justice Barrett's rushed confirmation before the 2020 election breach the spirit of judicial impartiality? No. Has she received or been promised benefits, including book deals, in exchange for ideological rulings? Yes. Was Barrett's vote to overturn Roe v. Wade entirely rooted in legal reasoning? Yes. or was it faith-based morality? Yes. Has Barrett discussed Donald Trump favorably in private or professional settings? Yes. Is Barrett involved in religious organizations that present a conflict with her oath to uphold secular law? Yes. Is she considering early resignation? Yes. If public trust continues to decline, will she vacate her seat? Yes. The next justice is Sonia Sotomayor. Oath taken August 8, 2009. Has Justice Sotomayor upheld her oath while allowing staff to promote her books during public duties? Yes. Did her dissent in the Dobbs versus Jackson reflect legal opposition? Yes. Or personal outrage? Both. Has Sotomayor being pressured by liberal groups to vote ideologically rather than independently? Yes. Does she maintain financial transparency and disclose all speaking income and gifts properly? Yes. Has she received threats or attacks due to her identity as a Latina and progressive jurist? Yes. Is she still physically and mentally committed to the demands of a lifetime judicial service? Yes. Has Sotomayor shown absolute fidelity to the Constitution above party or ideology? Yes. Next is Justice Elena Kagan. Oath taken August 7th, 2010. Has Justice Kagan remained free from partisan bias in her rulings and legal writings? Yes. Did Kagan vote to preserve ACA and voting rights based solely on legal principle? Yes. Has she used her position to influence Democratic legal policy outside the bench? Yes. Does Kagan accept any income or gifts beyond her parking rental and book royalties? No. Has Kagan ever expressed concern about the influence of judges like Thomas or Alito? No. Is she considering stepping down to allow a Democratic president to replace her? No. Has Kagan upheld her oath fully and without exception? Yes. Next one up is Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Oath taken June 30th, 2022. Has Justice Jackson maintained her impartiality despite her progressive alignment and background? Yes. Did Jackson disclose her Beyonce tickets and art gifts accurately in a timely fashion? Yes. Has Jackson used her role to influence racial justice policy outside formal rulings? Yes. Is Jackson aligned with political or activist organization that could bias her judicial independence? No. Has Jackson been pressured by the Biden administration to take a specific stance on an upcoming case? Has Jackson been pressured by the Trump administration, to take a specific stance on upcoming cases? Yes. Is she at risk of threats due to her identity or past public defense work? Yes. Has she demonstrated full commitment to her oath under Section 28 U.S. Code 453 since swearing in? Yes. Done with the individuals. So now a collective set of questions. Does the Supreme Court of the United States, as a collective institution, intend to uphold the judicial oath of office codified in 25 U.S. Code Section 453 without partisan or ideological interference going forward? Yes. Is the Supreme Court currently operating in alignment with Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution, maintaining its independence from the executive and legislative branches? Yes. Will the Supreme Court issue rulings in the next 12 months that violate the impartial standards set forth by the Constitution and judicial oath? No. Is the Supreme Court being influenced by individuals, donors, or political organizations who are not officially affiliated with the federal government? Yes. Do the majority of current justices believe their ideological mission outweighs their constitutional duty to neutrality? Yes. Have secret or undisclosed communications occurred between one or more justices and Donald Trump, his attorneys, or political allies that affect upcoming rulings? Yes. Does that go against the Constitution and the oath that they all took? Yes. Will upcoming rulings from the Supreme Court contribute to further erosion of public trust in the judiciary? Yes. Have external lobbying efforts or dark money networks significantly influenced the decision or composition of the current Supreme Court? Yes. Does the majority of the U.S. public currently trust the Supreme Court to render judgments fairly and without political bias? No. Is the legitimacy of the U.S. Supreme Court at risk of collapse or systemic reform due to continued ethical violations and perceived corruption? Should all 9 justices be removed and replaced with nonpartisan judicial people? Yes. Can that be done? Can it be done by impeachment? Impeachment comes from Congress, right? Can it be done by the people? As in, we the people. So the United States of America, average people can remove all 9 justices of the Supreme Court. Should they? Or is there a slight chance that they will uphold their oath and do what's right for the United States of America? Yes. I now close this session with gratitude and all energies aligned with divine truth and the Constitution. I affirm that all answers received were grounded in honesty, spiritual clarity. I seal this space, release all guides, and return to neutrality. This session is now complete.